Yo, what up, everybody? You already know Sly K Loco here with another episode of CannaConvos with the man, the myth, the man, El Cannassure, baby. Yo! What's up,
Going
brother? How
on,
you
my
doing?
dude?
Oh man, it's so glad to have you back on, brother. It's been a minute. You've always been supporting me since the fucking beginning, so you know it's an honor to have you on, brother.
That's an honor to be here, dude. You were the first one that got me out of my comfort zone and onto the camera. So I
Love it.
attribute everything I've been doing has been because you got me on the camera. You know.
I mean, you know, I do what I do when I do what I do. No. I was sitting there and I was like, no, for real though. I saw you supporting from the back and you just been everywhere. I saw El Connoisseur everywhere. You were making content for people. You were just doing everything. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Get your ass out here, man. Let's do this shit. Like, fucking as many people that are supporting in the background that don't show their face, like we could have an even bigger community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm out here trying to get everybody to do it. C Bunny, fucking Canna Alicia. I've been trying to get her on CannaConvos. I barely even talked her into fucking booking.
Yeah, well,
So
now she's doing with
I
Cortez,
know.
so I think she'll be a little more comfortable.
And I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
You're gonna go do another podcast over mine? Oh hell fucking no. So I sent her a message and I kind of talked her into it, and so I got her
Good,
book.
good.
Now
Awesome.
I got
I'd like
her
to
book.
see her do more
And
stuff.
who else? There's somebody, J Rats. He started showing his face, and I was like, yo, shot him a message. Bam, baby. Fucking come on, CannaConvos. And I guess he was happy about it. So I'm like, hell yeah, man. You know,
Yeah, J Rats,
bringing
cool, man. He does the moderating for the GCN.
Yes, he does.
And they're, you know, making sure that everything's going smooth. They had was a few months back, they had like a bot hit, I guess, or something. Just all of a sudden, just the live chat got inundated with who the hell knows what it was. It was insane. I was like, dude, I couldn't even comment or nothing. It was the first time I had seen that. I felt bad for him and Alicia because they had to sit there and deal with all that. Like, I guess every time they would boot one person, 10 more people would come in. It was like, what the fuck? How do we take care of this?
What? That's crazy. And I heard you guys talking about it yesterday on the podcast, but I didn't know, like, I've never heard of that happening.
Yeah, it was wild, man. It was super. It threw me off because I'd never seen it happen before. So I was just
like, but they got it all.
Yeah, I'm used to just putting whatever I want, and then I was like, looked up, I went to go put something. I'm like, it's just zooming by, and it's just all this mumbo jumbo gibberish, and I'm like, oh man, they're getting spammed right now. Like,
damn, too bad. Well, you know, everything's an experience, so at least they know what to do next time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or well, there's really nothing you can do, but you could cut the fucking.
You just gotta kick all the people out, and hopefully it comes to an end at some point. I guess.
Yeah. So somebody on there that they're following, or somebody who's following them.
Yeah, like somebody jump in and. I have a suspicion. I think I know who it is. I see him in some of these live chats now and then.
Oh, you know who it is.
I think I know.
Get you.
But I'm not gonna call anybody. I've said it on other shows, so it's out there.
Okay. All right. So
he's always in what happens. You little fucker. I know you.
Motherfucker. So we'll start out with your name. How did you come out with your name?
Chihuahua. Well, funny enough, I was sitting on the shitta.
Nice.
And I got an email from Cannabox or Daily High Club or something, and it said, bring out the Cannassure in you or something. And I was like, oh, it just spelled the same way. And I was like, I like that. So I went and I looked, and I didn't see it on there. So then I put the L in front of it, and then I saw that there was somebody on there as El Cannassure, but he was inactive. Like, he had a lot of followers. I think like 5,000 something followers or something like that, and very Canna friendly and everything, like in the industry in some way. But he hadn't been active or anything, so I just threw the underscore on there and rolled with it. And just recently, I think it was a month ago or something, I saw that he started liking some of my stuff, and I'm like, oh, the dude came back, I guess. They're watching me fucking grow with the same name, you know?
Yeah, he's like, this motherfucker's doing it better than me. Fuck it, I'll let him have it.
Yeah, I've never spoken to him or nothing, but he seems to be back on Instagram now. So,
well, hopefully he's liking your stuff and not like, you know, hating or be one of the bots or nothing like that, because it's a pretty nice name.
Yeah, I like it. I seem to like it. It was just a quick little, you know, came up with it through that email, and I was like, you know, that's got a nice little catch to it. I'll throw the L in there, El Cannassure, and it's stuck so far. Luckily, they haven't booted any of my account or anything yet. So,
knock on wood, baby.
yeah.
Knock on wood. Shit,
I
man.
just heard the bell ring, so I'm gonna go take care of Pops, and then I'll
Okay.
come.
I was looking at the poster back there, and I was like, I know that's American Me. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I could not fucking remember the name, and so I was sitting here. I was always gonna start googling it, and I'm like, no, I know this fucking thing. Don't look at me, little puppet. Don't look at me.
All right, movies, man. American Me, Blood In, Blood Out. I love those movies.
Yeah, man, they're the best, man. Fucking love those movies. I haven't seen I haven't seen Blood Out and Blood Out, Blood In and Blood Out in fucking years, but
oh, dude, I
never forget it.
Like I think that's my favorite movie ever.
Oh, yeah, right.
I could watch that anytime.
It's like fucking 3 hours long too. Mm-hmm. It's
and I'll sit there and watch the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, right. Of course, man. Fucking Paco and shit. How he does Miklo. That's fucked up. Pobrecito Miklo. Anyways. Well, not at the end.
A good movie. Fucking cult classic.
Cult classic, man. For anybody out there, if you haven't seen Blood In, Blood Out, make sure to go check it out. It's one of the Chicano like fucking staples of movies, man. Everybody watched that shit back in the day.
I hear tell, and I say hear tell by I've seen YouTube videos of Burner talking to them, like people, the guys who were in the movie, and they're talking about making a sequel or something.
Really?
No way. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that one's one you just leave alone, man. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. You got to leave that alone. It's. I mean,
even what's his name, Damien Chapa, the one that plays Miklo. He's tried like made other movies and shit. They just don't hit like Blood In, Blood Out does.
I don't think it ever will either.
Yeah.
But I seen him. He was on. I think it was a Chris Tucker movie or something like that. After fucking Blood In, Blood Out, and I was like, oh my god, it's Miklo. But like, you're typecasted in as Miklo from then on. Like, you can't come out of it. And fucking Benjamin Pratt.
Brat. It's
Brat or something like that. Brat. Yeah, Benjamin Brat, fucking Paco and shit. So back to the questions. How long have you been growing for?
About 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think 2 years now. So
how many harvests do you have?
I got to start my third year, and I've gone from growing mediocre to I've been growing a lot better stuff with more flavor and more more terp profiles and shit.
Terp profiles, yeah, because that shit comes out the more better. Like the more that because one of my things that I did was harvest too early. I harvest too early for a long fucking time.
Yeah, I think I did that for my first couple. Like I was just eager to get. I know the first one for sure. I harvested too early. I was eager to get it and fucking have some flour and shit. And then I was like, I just a little too early. So I figured out the next time, let it go a little bit. Let it ripen.
Yeah, Pigeons 420 likes to say that when you think you think it's done, give it another week.
Give it a little bit more time. Then you'll know.
One more week. Yeah, and what I've done now is because I live by that rule. So when I think it's done, I'll give it another week, and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, one more week, right? And give it another week on top of that. So it ends up being like 2 or 3 other weeks. But fuck, man, the terp profile comes out on them bitches, man. And so for all the new growers out there, I highly suggest, like I said, if you think that it's ready, give it another week. Live by that rule. That rule is fucking good. It's not even a rule either. It's more of a guideline, like the.
Yeah, I'd say a guideline.
A guideline. So the James Loud genetics, what do you have of that, man? You got a bunch of them?
Oh, dude, I've got I got my box right here. I can show you.
All right. Bam. Smoking with you. Now, I want you to fucking remember that you're the only one that I smoke on fucking camera with, right? Just for you, because you mentioned that shit.
That's right. Just don't smoke too much. You'll be fine.
That's a fucking hard thing to do.
You're not Pigeons. I'm special, and you're not. I'm just teasing. All right, we've got some Heavy Z, which is Skittles back cross to Skittles back cross. Heavy on the Skittles there.
Okay.
Feel the Rainbow, which is an RS11 tissue culture times Skittles back cross. That sounds fucking interesting. He told me personally, when he came on our show, that this one was special. The banana cough, Fort Collins cough times banana Skittles.
Okay.
And then the permanent midnight, I actually have grown that one out, and I have a little bit left right here. It's not much, and it's not the prettiest, but motherfucker, it smells so good and fucking tastes good, and the effect. Chad Westport will tell you, dude. He said on his show that he went over there and he smoked them out with some of the permanent midnight. He's like, man, that shit put me in the dirt. The effect, you blaze one up and you're just like, woo, I'm feeling it, man.
So it's very high indica or
yeah, it's very it's a very heady, like
heady.
Feel it in the, and I got some James Runts here, which Rue literally just harvested these last night on our thing. Well, on his show. Guavalata Auto, we're running these ones for his show.
Okay.
I've got a ton, dude.
Me too, brother.
This one, the packaging is awesome. James Loud. That's
a cassette tape, right?
Yeah, James Loud and Adam Dunn collab. So it looks like a cassette tape.
So sick.
It's got two different strains in here. It is Snake Charmer and then Spectral Sage is the other. Swayze and Sage and Sour is the Snake Charmer. Spectral Sage, the Sage and Sour times Casper OG. Oof. And I've got an unreleased one, which is Soap times Skittles back cross, and then another one, Pluto.
Soap is fucking dank, yo.
NLZ, which I don't know what NLZ is. Maybe you do. Do you know what NLZ is?
Nope. NLZ.
Neville's.
Northern Lights Skittles or Zittles? I don't know. Northern Lights.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I don't know. I think he's coming on Rouge show on the 8th. We're gonna pop a couple of seeds and he's gonna tell us all about them. And we're doing I have those ones right here. The fucking milk bubbles. Cereal milk and grape soda. I'm excited about that one, dude.
Wow, dude. I think what would be a good cross is cereal milk and soap. I think that would be a good fucking cross. Probably, maybe.
That sounds familiar. No, I'm wrong. It's this one, the soap and Skittles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you took the soap and then you took the cereal milk and then you fucking cross those, I bet you that'd be a good one.
With some soapy cereal milk.
So let's talk about the caretaking. Now you caretake for your dad, right?
I do, yes.
Now I caretook for my uncle. My uncle suffers from Parkinson's disease.
Oh, okay.
And he had fallen. He was living by himself. He was all grumpy and like, when you're alone and you don't have people coming by you to help you and shit, you become, you're in pain, all this shit. There's nothing you can do. You become a little fucking grumpy, which is totally understandable, right? Yeah. Now my uncle, he fell one time. He fell and they didn't get to him for like 20 some hours. So, his whole side was just purple and he was laying there. He couldn't get up. He was fucked up. And then my family said, no, we're coming in and we're going to take over and we're going to start helping.
You can't be by yourself anymore.
Can't be by yourself and nothing. So like, cause my other side of the family, they were taking care of him, but some people you're not built for it. Some people are not built for this shit. They don't have the compassion. It's hard. And you have to have compassion, bro. If you don't have compassion and empathy, it's not going to work. You taking care of this person because you're not like in there. Hey, okay, maybe they're hurting this. Like, let me get them some Advil, or what the fuck ever. Maybe they're hungry. Let me feed them. It's basically you're taking care of somebody.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if you got the wrong person taking care of them, it's not going to go as well, right? So then I stepped in, and me, me, man, I'm good with people, right? So I go walk in there. I haven't seen my uncle in years, but I'm like, yo, I love my uncle. I'm gonna be there for him. So I started taking care of him, right? And sat there and talked with him, got him laughing, fucking exercising a little bit, got him walking. Now he actually can get up on his own and go walking, which is a fucking big, huge step from where he was, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and we took care of him because like you know, he can't get up and go pee like just
Yeah.
you know, like us and shit, you know.
Yeah.
So it smelled like pee in there, and there was nobody in there to change his fucking clothes, change this, keep it clean so that he doesn't fucking smell like that. Because that's like
Yeah.
one of my pet peeves is leaving somebody to smell like that. Like that doesn't they don't need to live like that, man. So fucking I'm in there changing his shit all the time, cleaning him up. We moved him with my sister, so now my sister's like taking care of him 100%. But yeah, I just want to say, man, you fucking really are a good person for doing that shit. Like it takes angels, man, to do that shit because it's fucking hard as shit. You got to be on there all the time, and you got to take care of them. And they're basically, I hate to say it, but it's like babies. They're like babies again, you know. So you have to take care of them.
Toddlerism and shit, you know. You just
yes, they're gonna throw fits.
Oh,
it's gonna happen. So you have
constantly grumpy, angry. I mean, you know, you go from your life to all of a sudden 1 second you can't move one whole side of your body, so you know you get pissed off. You
lose your independence.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
You got no one to be angry at, so you're just take it out on the world, and that's you know that's kind of what I deal with every day. It's just
So for my uncle, he was very angry like that too. And I just broke him. I broke him fucking down. I smoked him out, got him high all the time, and now now he's like totally cool and does not fucking yell or get angry anymore. He's just like happy, and it's so much better. But you know, it might be harder for your dad.
I think a lot of it is a lot of the success in therapy and stuff is attitude. You know, if you don't have the attitude to get through it and get it all done, it's not going to work. Like he had a piss poor attitude when it came to therapy. Like, no, they're just here for the money. They don't want to help me. They just want to keep me in here so they can collect money. So he stopped going. And I mean, now he works out here. I built him some parallel bars so he can do it at home.
Stand up.
He's got a little elliptical bike that he gets on and whatnot. But he doesn't do therapy because he's like, fuck them. They just want to keep me there. They're not helping. So,
and in reality, what it really is it's hard, and he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it because it's fucking hard. Now, I started when I got. You will relate to this. I swelled up. I was 400 pounds and out of the coma and shit. Like I had to start. I started in the fucking pool at the physical therapy. Like I could barely move my leg up, you know, and then I lost I stuck with it. I went and I kept fucking doing it. And yes, they were assholes. Yes, it hurt. It was fucking like I felt the same way he did, you know, but in the end, when the results started happening, everything changed. Their attitude changed, my attitude changed. It was like, all right, guys, we're in this as a team and we're gonna fucking get me better. And it started fucking, dude, I started losing the weight. I started being able to work out again. And the nurse, she was logging everything and she just like fucking ecstatic. Like, you know, they always kept telling me that I'm the model patient because, I wish all my patients were like you. You know, I was like, oh, calm down now. You know, nobody could be like me because, you know, I'm a badass, but
just one fly in this place, fool.
Yeah, man, there's only one over here, man. But they could come close and they could try. I understand what you're saying. But I just wanted to, like, you know, make that point. You're a fucking badass. Like, if your dad doesn't say it enough, I'll say it to you. You're a badass son. All right.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. I know it's hard. Keep doing what you're doing because in the end, let's say when you get up to heaven or whatever, you're gonna be fucking rewarded, doggy. And take care of you, man. So if not, I'll come and wipe your ass for you. All right.
I just do what I feel is the right thing to do. So I'm the only son, so it's on me. So that's what I'm doing. You know.
Yeah.
I told my mom though. I said, "You fucking get sick, and you have a stroke or something. I ain't taking care of you." You're going
Is it too hard to do two people? Or
anyway, you put me in a home. I said, all right, it's a deal.
All right. Good. Me too, man. Like, hey, I was kind of like, damn, you guys actually took care of me, like did everything to get me back. Like, it's just something that you can't repay, you know?
Yeah.
It's very hard. The only way that you can repay is with your actions. That's what I do. I just keep pushing, trying to do the best. And when my wife got sick, I fucking took care of her ass. I wiped her ass. I did everything that you got to do because that's what the fuck you got to do when you're in love with somebody, man. You do that shit.
Yeah, man. For the people you care about.
Yeah. So congratulations on that, brother. You've been killing it. Now let's talk about the Seed to Harvest podcast. Now,
Yes, podcast with a
guys.
T.
Oh, podcast. Yes, yes. I
Yes.
saw that yesterday. That's a good fucking name, fucker. You did a
I
good
thought I
job
was
on
being
that.
super original, right? And then I look it up shortly after we created the name, and I think we had like 2 episodes in, and I look, there's a podcast called The Podcast. And I was like, man, it's been around for years. I'm like, oh, so much for being original. Shit. I'm still original though, because I didn't know it.
Yeah. In your mind, it's new to you at least, right? Well, and the same thing happened to me, man. I just like a little couple fucking, I think last week I looked up, is there another CannaConvos? You know, how many people have this? Does anybody have a trademark and all that shit?
Yeah.
Sure enough, there's some ladies out there in I think Nevada or somewhere where they're doing CannaConvos, and they have
it's got a sound that rolls off the tongue.
And I can understand that too, because it's a good fucking name, and of course, like it's there. Well, theirs is more like a seminar. I think it's not like a podcast. Oh yeah, and there is some people who are doing a podcast too on there, and theirs is just like sitting there getting stoned. You know, it's the same thing that we're doing here, but like, I was like, I got more views. I got more people. I'm stealing this name. I'm going to I'm gonna trademark this shit. Do the ghetto man trademark.
Down to who has the most
engagement,
the most subscriptions and viewers and whatnot, and then in the long run. So,
yep.
I feel like this cannabis content thing is as soon as they loosen the reins on it, it's gonna explode because everybody wants it, and the second that it's available for the masses, not being hidden from everybody, it's gonna fucking take off. People are gonna fall in love with it. Like, I feel like we're gonna get a lot more people into growing and all kinds of shit. You know, I feel like if they do release the reins on it and, you know, let us do our thing.
Oh no, it's a win.
One of the biggest corners of Instagram, X, anything, because it's such a fucking popular and needed plant, you know?
Yeah, man.
Everybody likes it. Even people that don't use it like it because they see, yes, it does help people.
Mm-hmm. So, and it brings us all together too, man. Like,
yeah.
And it's this plant really does bring fucking people together. It's fucking crazy. And
I'm going to the Bill of Soil days, and I'm going to be meeting with fucking everybody. Crop Culture Chris, Canorado Chris is going to be there. Like all kinds of people. And we're all going to meet up at the same spot and fucking hang out and have a good time, all because of the plant. You know what I mean? So,
it's a beautiful fucking thing, man. And NJ BizCon too, all that kind of shit. Yeah. Like these these conventions and all this shit that's popping up, man. I'm telling you, it's not if, it's when they fucking loosen the reins on this shit. Yeah. And actually, if you think about it, we'll be ahead. You know, because we've been doing this shit for a minute. We've already got established.
Like we'll already be in and got our feet
established
in the water. And fucking scurry around and figure out how to create a channel and how to do it. You know, we're already here and been doing it for a while.
Yeah, we've been already vetted. They're gonna be bitching about getting took down and shit. We'll be like, hey, been there, done that. Fuck yeah. I already know what to do. Yeah, because I can't fucking go live on YouTube. I don't know. I haven't tried in a while. But the last time I tried, they were like, no, you can't go live on here. Live on Instagram either. Like, they just fucking took my lives away, bro.
Yeah. Maybe if you try YouTube again at some point, they might let you. I don't know.
Maybe. I'll try that again. But even if I was doing YouTube, like, you can't record it and edit it, can you?
No, you'd have to record it, and then after the live stream ends, you'd have to go in and edit it. And I believe you'd have to edit it in YouTube. So you'd be limited on any of the stuff you could use. You couldn't put like the pictures that you want and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever they have available. So
yeah.
That's why I was asking. I was like, how do you get in that? Because I thought you went live and then edit it. I'm like, how are you getting that on there after you fucking go live? Like, YouTube doesn't offer that type of stuff because you have
I know.
Trying to think of something and then you have the word pop up and I'm like, how the hell did he do that? He's live.
Yeah, no, I fucking paid for a editing program, and I was like, well, we're taking a hit on the viewership because it's not live and there's no engagement and shit like that. Like back in the day when I was doing the lives, like we had people popping in and you give everybody shout outs, you know, and it helps everybody. They like it better. You know, it feels good when you're watching somebody that you want, that you like, and they give you a shout out.
Yeah.
feels fucking really good, you know. So we're like kind of missing out on that. But I feel like with the editing, I can actually add like, you know, pictures of what the fuck we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
You know, do little music or cuts and everything. You know, I'm getting better at it. But
You ever thought about
it's
doing what ICANN does? Like he creates the video and then he'll set it for the release time, the premiere time, and then he'll go in the live chat while it's originally premiering and he'll interact with the people. That way, he'll talk about what's the video and everything and still be in the live chat with people. Then you can still have interaction even though it's a pre-recorded video. You know, and then put the video up and then promote it on Instagram so people know, and then they can go and hit the notification, and then you'll be in there chatting and shit, and then that'll get more interaction. I feel like there'll be, you know, more inclusion with the audience, because I feel like that's what people like. You know, they like coming onto a live and or even just a video that's premiering and interacting with the person that made it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna have to try that, man. Good idea.
I feel like it's one of their friends and shit, you know, so they go in there and they just start chatting with whoever.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
I'm always in those fucking live chats.
I kind of want to like have people fucking comment more, man. You comment on there, I see the comment, and then like if you leave a comment, I can come back the next day or something like that.
Yeah,
and answer it and shit. So
I've been going on everybody's trying to get, it's hard to hit everybody, but every time I go onto somebody's video, you know, I'll hit the share button and I'll share it to my Facebook just to tell the algorithm like, oh, somebody likes this stuff. They're sharing it out of YouTube, which means you know, it's got some value. So I'm trying to do that for every video that I watch that's cannabis content, because you know, they're not going to show anybody that's not 18. You have to log in to see it and all this shit. So, you know, I figure that at least that maybe tells the algorithm like, oh, well, people are sharing this shit. They want it.
yeah. And that's what we got to do. We got to work with the algorithm too, man, because it's that fucking
we're not
algorithm.
going to beat it. We just got to figure it out and work with it.
Work with it, right? Yeah, you're right. You got to work with this fucking technology. So what medium are you using?
Now I'm using Build a Soil 3.0, and then I use Build a Soil amendments. I'm learning the living soil way, and I'm on my second. I've had one come out of the 15 gallons so far, Kid Genetics. So I've got 2 in the 15 gallons now. Those are my second larger pot living soil grows. So I'm brand new to this, but I'm deep in and I'm learning, and I'm now an affiliate with Build a Soil.
Oh shit,
so
nice.
Promo code and then
what's your code?
Shit, Canna is my code for everything. I try and keep it the same for everything. It makes it easier for me. It makes it easier for you. I did just get an affiliate with a rolling paper, not rolling paper. It's a High Tide. They're on X. It's a cone, you know, because I use the cones. I can't roll very well.
Yeah.
Stuff cones. Well, I got an affiliate with them, High Tide, and they said it as Cannassure. So I got to contact them and say, hey, can you switch it? I need it to be Canna because I want all my shit to be the same. So you're not going, oh, what is this code for this one? It's Canna content? No, it's it's Canna for everything. You know?
Yeah.
Easy to remember.
Space in that?
No, just ELCANNA, Canna.
Okay, Canna. All right.
So I've got AC Infinity, Bud Trainer, Silly Rabbit Genetics, Build a Soil, Crop Culture. I think that's it.
Damn, you're killing it, brother. So happy for you, man.
And you know, I never thought anything of it until the other day. No, it was just fucking Friday, yesterday. I was driving to go pick up my kids, and I got an email. AC Infinity processed your payment. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? And I looked, they sent me $77 because of my affiliate program. People used it, and so I got commission, and they sent it to me. I was like, whoa, I can make money off of this. Like, all right, I got to start pushing my promo code some more, you know?
Hell yeah. I had a promo code with High Photon Flux, but I haven't heard from them or anything in a while. So
do they still in business?
I don't know. I've been messaging them and I haven't heard anything. So I'm assuming they're probably not.
Those businesses, man, they seem to come and go, you know?
Man, yeah, but it's a good light. I mean, shit, they sent one over, and that was like, that was one of the first sponsors that I got. You know, that is actually the only sponsor that I've had was fucking High Photon Flux. But beautiful light, I say fucking go for it, hit them up because the website's still up at least. So maybe you guys can get something out there if you try promo code LOCO. Anyways, so the Build a Soil, is that organics?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
organic living soil. So
Okay.
it's
Okay. Okay.
peat moss with rice hulls, worm castings, all that organic.
The black gold.
Yeah, just all that organic goodness. And then you get the craft blend and the build a flower, all the amendments to add in and stuff. So these
Yes. For those
15-gallon pots I have here, I'm just gonna keep using those, just keep re-amending and using and keep fucking going.
yeah, for those who don't know, organics is fucking beautiful thing. It's a little bit hard, kind of hard. It's actually really easy to
I'm
get down.
struggling with the watering because I'm so used to
Okay.
watering the small pots. And now
Uh-huh.
these big, large ones, I have to water a lot more. But I'm so used to the past year and a half because I've only been doing this since July. So like the past year and a half, I've been just watering small pots, so it's a little bit at a time, you know. But
Yeah.
these ones I need a lot more, so I was like, oh, I can do this without a moisture meter. I got this. Well, no wonder my first plant was tiny. Like it wasn't big at all because I was underwatering like a motherfucker. I got my crop culture box and it had a moisture meter in there. I put it on there. I was way under. I was like, damn, dude. Man, get
Yeah.
those moisture meters if you're gonna do the bigger pots, man. Those moisture meters.
Are you using plastic pots or fabric?
It's the fabric pots, the grassroots fabric pots. So they have
So,
the barrier on the top portion of it, and then in the
okay.
bottom portion it does not. So it allows air to come in, but then it
Okay.
keeps the water from pouring out the side when you're fucking watering.
So
And it
what
keeps
happens sometimes for those out there who don't know is when you're doing these fabric pots and the soil gets too dry, it'll just run off the side. And
yeah,
that's what he's talking about when he says keep it in there, right? So, but it takes at least I want to say a good 15 minutes of that water sitting there for all that dry soil to soak that water up before you can tell, oh, okay, now I can water a little bit more, a
yeah,
little bit more,
yeah.
a
It's better to
little
put
bit
a little bit
more.
on there, let it kind of soak in and drench
Yeah.
it, and then
Now,
go back.
one thing that I've noticed with organic amendments is that when you do a top dressing and you water, the water will just stay up here and it kind of just sits there for a fucking like a while, bro. And I was like,
Can I,
what the fuck is
can
going
I
on
tell you
here?
the secret to that? And
What's up?
I will show you the secret to that. Well,
Oh shit! Here we go, dropping knowledge, baby.
now, that's exactly why Jeremy at Build a Soil says it makes water wetter. This is the Kiaha extract. So this
Okay.
stuff is a powder form of the yucca root, and it gets it real soapy. So then it saturates the water more evenly, and it keeps it from running through real fast. So then it just kind of pours out the side like that as well. It helps it saturate better.
Okay.
Is what I'm told. Now, it seems to be working for me as well, although I'm not all that experienced, so I can't say that 100%. But you do notice when you put that in there and you mix it up, the water gets real foamy. And Jeremy says on the Build a Soil series that when you see all that foam, that's good. That means that it's real soapy, and that's going to saturate in there a lot slower and get that moisture real evenly distribute the water at a good pace, I guess. So it
Okay.
doesn't pour through if it's a little too dry, it'll just pour through and then
Yeah.
fucking goes everywhere. So
Well, the
that's
funny thing is, the cool
what
thing
it's
is,
for. It's a like a fucking soapy gets all
additive.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The cool thing is that, well, I don't know when if that does happen for the new growers out there, if it does happen when it runs off to the side, just leave the water on the bottom. It'll soak it back up.
Yeah, it'll
Right?
soak it back up.
It'll soak it up, and so just leave it like that. It'll soak it up, and the water will spread around. It just takes a minute. Now with
But if you
organics,
overwater and that happens, don't just leave it there.
yeah, no. See, so what you want to do is you want to leave it there for like 15 minutes. Come and check the plant. If it didn't soak it up, then it's overwatered.
Yeah,
If it
get rid of
soaked it up, then you're good. Right? Yeah, fucking runoff. I sometimes I leave too much runoff. At least I used to. I was before I got the blue mat system.
Yeah, you wanted the blue mat, huh? How is that? Is
Yeah,
that?
baby.
I know you. It's a learning curve. I heard you on
Concur.
somebody's. I think it was your show. You were talking to fucking
The
somebody.
bougie buds.
I watched like 4 of your episodes the other day, so I was
Good.
confused
Thanks,
on
man. Shit.
yeah, you were talking about the blue mat system and how you let it dry out so that's what caused your issues.
Yes. So with the blue mat system, it's built on a carrot system, which these carrots are like clay carrots. And so when they're nice and watered, when they're wet, then they work perfectly. But if you let your reservoir dry out, you can't just go add water back because it'll spit that fucking water out and the whole time, and then you got to reset the carrots. So
those carrots don't want to pass the water through, right? So then it just
they'll let the water just pass right through, but because it's dry, it doesn't have a thing where it soaks up a little bit and it stops the water. Understand?
Oh, okay.
So because when they're nice and wet and the way they're working properly, they will water the soil to the where it needs to be, where you said it, and then it stops. Yeah, it stops until it dries out, and then it'll let more water through again, and then it swells up, and then it stops. So these are fucking cool ass technology, man. Nothing, you don't got to plug anything in. And yeah, there's a learning curve. So all you guys out there, if you try them, hit me up. I'll let you know.
I want to try them, but I want a bigger bed for something like that. Like I'd want to get one of the big grassroots fabric ones that you can put the trellis net on, like the actual bed.
Yeah,
that fits a 2x4, then takes up the whole thing. Then I'd run like the blue mat. You know, something where I have room to set those little fucking, because it has those 2 little strips that you run in there, right?
Well, no, because the thing is, you can customize it. You can customize the shit out of them. So I think it would be really good for you actually right now, because all you would do is you would run the line around your tent, right? And the carrots would just go run from the line.
Yeah, they just sit right on the top.
Yeah, up on the top. Yeah, but you could either get.
I'm picturing Jeremy must have had a different system, because his had like a blue strip running across the whole bed of the thing, and I think it was like pouring little bits of water. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another. They have hell of them out there, so there's a bunch of them. There's I'm sure there's that one because I think I've seen it too. And there is the carrots, and now they just came out with the rings that hook up to the carrots, so it gives you more of a even water.
Yeah, instead of just one spot.
Yes, the whole thing with the whole blue mat system thing is it turns itself off. It works on and off with no electricity.
You don't have to plug nothing in, turning anything on, using an app. You just put it in and let it roll.
You don't have to worry about the electricity going out and your plants dying. Like, it's fucking great, dude. I just go in and poke my head in and look at the plants. That's it. Make sure everybody's okay. Make sure the reservoir's filled, and I'm done. Bougie Buds, we were talking about it with him. Well, I've been talking about it with everybody, but Bougie Buds, he actually ordered some. So now he's got his on. Yeah, he's got his on the way, and he was hitting me up on how to put it together and everything, and I showed him, and I think he's gonna love them. But like I
kill it with those things, man.
Oh, bro, man, that fool, he's fucking killing it.
Grows some amazing flower.
Oh, I needed to do something real quick. I need to sock check your ass. Let's see. Where are your socks at? Is it?
Oh shit, really? Really?
Sock check is it? Oh, he's fucking gangster for life.
Look at me, dude. I got the socks and the fucking slides, fool. Oh, I roll.
I was like, I wrote it down on here. Make sure to check that fool.
Yeah, that's right. My socks they're not quite knee high, but they're almost knee high.
I love it. Now mine's down a little bit, but I can't pick my neck up that way. So we just got done talking about the blue mat system. Would you ever think about using it?
Absolutely. I would love to try it. When I get a little more comfortable with this living soil, then I'll try the blue mat method.
I think for the living soil that would be perfect, because
I've seen Jeremy use it, and I mean his shit always comes out fire, but I've seen him use it, and it looks great. It looks fucking simple enough. It would just be that initial learning curve, which everything. I mean, I'm doing that learning curve right now with the watering and the living soil and the bigger pots and everything. So that's just part of it. The more you grow, the more you know. So do it, figure it out, and then you'll know. So I'd absolutely love to try the blue mat.
I fucking love that hat.
I made it. Check it out.
Oh, bro. I need it. If you got one, send it over or sell them. I don't care. I'll buy one.
Yeah, they're on my website. I had 2 made to test, and I sent Crimson the other one. By Dawn Genetics. So they're on the website though. I think it's $24 or something like that.
Beautiful. I'm gonna order one. Fucking have it in there and then sign it for me too for when you get real famous.
Well, it's drop ship, so it'll be shipped to whatever's closest to you. They'll send it over after they make it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I don't have the money to have all this shit here to embroider it and make it and then send it out. So I got to do that.
Nice. The Jackal. I wanted to ask about that one. What genetics was that? How did it come out? What was the terps on that?
That was Crimson's Dead by Dawn genetics.
Okay.
And that was the one that actually I took with me to Colorado. In July, I went to Montrose, and I actually met Dave Aukid, and then Gabe, who's like the production manager at Build a Soil, and he showed me the whole production facility, and so I brought my Jackal out there with me, and then brought it home. And so she made the trip safely, brought her home, put her in some Build a Soil, and grew her the rest of the way out. And she turned out fucking phenomenal, dude. Nice. I don't have much left. I have this little bit left, but I'm saving it to take it to Build a Soil because I wanted my co-host to try it. And then Chris from Crop Culture too.
Nice.
I wanted
and it's been curing this whole time, or is it you already popped it?
Well, I kept digging my little dirty fingers in there because it was so good. So I literally I dried it. I cured it for I think a week, and then I tried it, and it was already like it was perfectly fucking ready to smoke and everything. Tasted cured. So I just kept doing it, and eventually I'm like, oh my god, I don't have much left, and I gotta send Crimson some. So I put some in a bag to send to him. And then I'm like, man, I don't got much left. I'm saving that for Build a Soil days. So I'm keeping my little fingers off of that when I keep going to my Paonia Glue Skies or Cross.
It's fucking hard, huh? It's hard to keep your fingers off.
Like, you've got so many different ones, but there's always that one that you keep going to until you're out.
And then you're out of it, and you're like, fuck, I should have cloned it.
Yeah, I didn't know how to clone yet at the time.
On that note,
I didn't clone it, and then I tried to re-veg it, but that failed. So I've got another one going. I'm hoping it comes out similar. If not, then I'll see what the difference is, Mm-hmm. But man, that thing's frosty, dude. Super frosty.
So you just learned how to clone, right? Mm-hmm. I was looking back in your page. Okay, fucking A. Do you use a what are you using to clone?
Fucking humidity dome to put it in, and then I'm using the CloneX, I think is what I have.
CloneX. Okay, all right.
I have both. I have CloneX, and then I have Foop's version of CloneX, but I was using the CloneX.
Okay, all right. And so with the clones, have you been successful this whole time, or?
Well, I've only done 2, and no, I did 3. One didn't make it though. One didn't root, so I did 2, and both of them have been successful. That kid's playing with the dog. Look.
Beautiful. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, dude. Came out great. The other one's in the 15-gallon Build a Soil. And these are the Paonia Glue Sky, which we did on the first season of Seed to Harvest. Mm-hmm. I harvested it. I harvested it with Chris from Crop Culture on a call like this. We just did a recording thing. And he showed me what to leave where. So I left a bunch of the flour on there and just put it back in the tent at 18 and 6. I re-amended it. I took a bunch of the stuff off the top because I grew it initially in cocoa pumice, and then I used Foop. Yeah, I used Foop to grow it out. So then I wanted to put it in the living soil, so I took the top half of it. My dog's going crazy. I took the top half of it off and then filled it with Build a Soil, and so I could run it that way. And it brought it back. It started shooting. I still have that one going too. That one's
really
palm plant, still fucking thriving.
Nice. So you're taking cuts from it.
I'll have a never-ending selection of Paonia Glue Skies over here because I'm loving it, man. This stuff tastes good.
Yeah, one of the things that you want to do, bro, is learn how to clone. For those out there, you need to learn how to clone because these plants, like, you will be kicking yourself if you fucking grow out one and you don't have it. Like, it turns out to be a bad motherfucker and you love it. You'll be look at right there.
I wish I would have known how to clone. I would have had this Jackal just hanging around. That thing was fucking so good.
The purple pill box, I didn't clone. I'm kicking myself for that one from fucking PSGX.world. That fool's a fucking
man, that dude's got some crazy stuff.
Oh man, his genetics are no joke, bro.
Yeah, I've seen them. A lot of them look fucking amazing.
Oh god, I forget it just grew so easily. Like the plant, the structure, you could tell this guy put years into
Yeah.
growing this, into making this pheno, because this fucking thing was just pest resistant, just fucking floppage resistant. Like I didn't even need to give it any silica. Like this fucking thing held the buds up just perfectly. I didn't even train it, nothing. It fucking had all this shit.
Natural.
Just natural, bro. It was so fucking good, man. And I didn't clone it. So for I have advice for anybody out there. You guys clone your genetics. Say it with me now. Clone your genetics. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will. I'm 100% sure going to be doing that so much more.
Do it, man.
Right now my tent is too full, so I can't be doing any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But like once I get all this stuff all harvested and I'm back to doing, my normal amount, like I should be, stop getting fucking seed happy and shit, then I'll be doing a little more,
It's definitely a hard thing because it's addicting. Once you get into it, you know what you're doing. Like you're gonna start cloning the fuck out of them. Then you're gonna have too many clones, and you start giving them away, and nobody wants to take them. And you're like, "What's wrong with you? These are badass genetics." Like this is one fucking thing that just it's something that we all go through.
Yeah. Oh, and then I spoke to one. There's a girl here in Yuma that does. I guess it's a pop-up vendor. She goes to like the pop-up markets and stuff that they have here, and she sells Stoner's Boutique. It's like bongs and stoner stuff. Well, I was talking to her one day, and she was like, "Oh yeah," because I was asking about clones and whatnot. And she goes, "Yeah, there's a lot of people out here that are looking for that." And I go, "Oh really? All right. Well, maybe I need to get learning, and then I can start supplying some of the fools out here with some clones and shit."
Yeah, shit, man. I know fucking. Yeah, there's some people who are like, some people don't like to give out their genetics, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
I want a clone, and I'm trying to give everybody. The only thing with that is I want to give you a little advice. Spray your clones when you get
some. Make sure that because that's another thing. I'm like, if I fucking, and then they're all like, "Oh, I got fungus gnats now. What the fuck?
Fungus gnats, fucking russet mites, fucking all this shit." The russet mites, you can't see them. You don't know that you have them until the plant starts showing signs of sickness, man. And I just got
I don't think I've ever run into them, obviously. So I don't even know what I would be looking for.
Hey, like I said, knock on wood, man. What you would be looking for is like your bottom leaves when you're in veg. Those bottom leaves that are down there on that plant, they'll start turning brown and they'll start curling, and they look like it has a deficiency. So you're automatically gonna think it's a deficiency, but you need to get these fucking microfying glasses or this microfying machine that I have. I don't know if you saw my post that I was showing the russet mites. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you need to go look back. I have this machine that goes down and it magnifies on the leaf, and there they are, all these little fuckers running around on the fucking thing. I was like, but man. On the other side, on the flowering side, if you have russet mites and they're flowering, your buds will turn brown. Okay, the lower buds or wherever the infected buds will turn smaller and brown. And they look like boof, but the top nugs where I had the top nugs were looking beautiful. I harvested it. The nugs right now, I could whip it out a nug, and you would never know that it had russet mites. But if you grabbed one of the lower buds, the brown ones,
you see all the damage there.
Yes, very much damage, man. And it's like, I think it's like it kills the buds. It's eating out the nutrients and everything, and it's leaving a bunch of shit. Like,
it's not allowing any of the nutrients in, so they're just shriveling up and dying.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's happening. Now, yeah, I know, right? But like I said before, when I was with Satchel, Sink Angel, Matthew, I was telling like we make these perfect conditions for them, and they've been around way before we were.
Yeah.
So you can't blame them, man. It's what they're gonna do. The Canna concepts, man. That is fucking like. I remember when you first started doing this shit, bro. Like, when you first started doing the AI and getting into it, like you are the reason why we have this intro that's gonna be on here, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that one.
Yeah, I can make you a new one, man. I've been making a few people some intros and shit.
Bro,
I can make one that's like the 9x16, so it fits the whole thing, and then put some music and shit in there. But the only problem is I made one for Guapo and Chris when they were doing their podcast and Heisenterp, and I sent it over, and then I heard Homegrow the Community too, because I made their old one. Said that they kept getting copyright. And I was like, well, what the fuck? I pay for the thing, so I shouldn't be getting copyright. But then I found out I'd have to transfer over the license because I can use it for my email if it's for my stuff. But if I give it to somebody else, they'll get hit with a copyright because they don't have the license to use the music or the sounds or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So if you have like original music or something, send me the file and I can add that and then do the fucking
yeah. That's what I've been doing. Is I took your intro and I just edited it and muted it and I put some original music on top of it. That's why with the new episodes that you see on CannaConvos, like I'll put a new beat every time because my homeboy's making beats, and so I'm taking his original beats and putting it over your imagery, and just that's why in the beginning I try to put it on there, you know, kind of concept.
Yeah, I seen it. I was watching with my wife while I was watching, and my wife was right over here, and I was like, look, my website.
Nice.
Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, so I try to fucking throw your shit in as much as possible. Try to promote you, brother.
That's why how many people like you, people like Chris from Crop Culture, and Dead by Dawn Genetics, Crimson Grows, man, because like no matter what I do, I don't ask anybody for any recognition or anything, but like,
I know I wanted to pay you.
Crimson goes out of his way to make sure that he puts my logo on anything he uses of mine, because he's got his couple of banners that he made and shit. He makes sure he puts my logo on there or writes that I made it and shit. And it's like, you know, people like that. That's what I'm here for. People that appreciate the shit. You know,
I appreciate the shit out of you, brother. For real, man. I was like, and you just did it out of the goodness of your heart. And I was like trying to tell you,
and I'm just like, fuck, man. I know a lot of people are, you know, probably hurting just like all of us are. Like, nobody wants to pay. I know some people out there are charging $150 for an AI logo that, dude, I can make that in 5 minutes. Like, you don't have to pay $150 for that. I'll make it for you for free. Yeah. It might take me a while because I've got so much shit that I'm working on, but I'll get it to you and it'll be free.
Nice. No. I know I was like trying to pay you something, man. I was like, fucking take something, fool. Let me give you something. Damn. I don't like.
I feel like I'll get to that point where I can start making money at it when I start getting really good at it and I know exactly what I'm doing. Like right now I'm working on doing a full AQ gave me an opportunity to do full pack design. So it's not like one of his normal ones that just flips open that I've been doing, like this one. You know, I created the digital image and then he puts it on his little thing and then
okay.
This one's more like this. So it like has the thing that slides out and shit. So I'm putting images all the way around it on the top, and then the little thing that pulls out, I'm gonna put a little image in there and shit. And so I'm learning Photoshop at the same time as I'm trying to get this done with him. So it's been kind of hectic.
I feel you.
I'm enjoying it because I'm learning Photoshop, and I've wanted to fucking learn this Photoshop for so long, but I get intimidated because all the shit. And then I get like intimidated, I give up, and then I never go back to it. But I've had Chris from Crop Culture coming on and like helping me and showing me what to do, and that helps me a lot. So I've been figuring it out. I now know how to like mask everything and get the shit to look all good. So I'm almost there. I got to do a few more adjustments, add the text in. I told him I'll have it into you before I leave for fucking for Build a Soil. So then you can send it in to the manufacturer and they can ship you all your boxes. And then that'll be my first official, fully designed by me package. You know, it'll look like this, but it'll have all my artwork on it and shit.
Bitchin'. Have you tried YouTube?
I have. I have,
YouTube,
but
that shit.
I need more hands-on. So that's why Chris has been helping me a lot, because I can like do it and he can show me like, no, go here and do that and that. Or I can watch him do it and then I can do it too. And I'm like, okay, oh yeah, I got that. I know I can figure this out. Okay. So watching somebody do it is one thing, but if I'm like doing it and he shows me where to go and then tells me, yeah, now click that, now go to that, now go to that, then I'm like, okay, and I did it once. Now I know how to do that. And then I kind of remember, but I record the session. So then if I can't quite remember, I can go back and watch it and go, okay, that's what he said. All right.
Smart.
So, yeah, it's been super helpful. And so I'm getting this fucking Photoshop figured out. And I figure at some point that maybe that'll be my business, you know, will be creating people's whether it's cannabis or seeds or just creating their packages and shit, You know,
That's a good fucking business, bro, because you're killing it at that shit, and you got the creativity to make it happen. So figure that shit out, fool. You
yeah,
got
I'm
it.
getting there. And then like Chris was showing me how he made a sticker, and one of the cherries only had one eye, so he had to like in Photoshop copy the other eye, adjust it a little bit, move it over to make
And
a
then
second
flip
eye,
it.
like, stuff like that. I don't know how to do yet, but
Okay.
once I get to figuring that out, there's so many images that I have in not like saved, but they're in my history and my thing that I could totally have used if I knew how to adjust the little things that weren't right. You know what I mean? So I could go
Yeah.
back and find some really cool shit and just fix it. And then be like, that's the one I wanted to use so long ago. And now I can use it because I know how to fucking fix it. So I'm like on this mission to figure out this Photoshop, and just I feel like it'll up my game like a shit ton.
Nice, brother. I can't wait to see it, man. Fucking, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So I put on here. I put on because I always write out my questions, right? And I'm like, bro, how come you haven't sent me any of your slaps, dog?
Oh, I haven't? No way.
Bro, you are slipping like a bad.
All right. Well, check it out, dude. I literally just got these ones in.
Oh, come on. I need it.
I got that one, and then I just got these ones in.
I need them. All of them.
And I just got these ones in too. So I'll send you a bunch of these, man.
Yes,
I thought I had
some,
but I guess not, huh?
No, I don't have any of yours.
All right, I'll send you some then.
No, I don't have any of yours. Yeah, you motherfucker.
I got a bunch here, and then I've got more of Sticker Mule. I got these from Sticky Brand, I think it was.
Did I tell you that I used your logo that you made for me as my my oil changing?
No, you didn't.
Yeah. So
yes, you did. Yeah, you sent me the picture. That's right.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, that shit was sick. I pull it out every time, and it has my little address on it and the date to change the oil next. And I put it on everybody's car that I change their oil. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. Who made that for you?" I'm like, "Man, the homie Cannassure made it, man. He's the fucking shit."
Fuck yeah.
So the build oil, we already talked about that. And the cloning, you just talked about that too.
Yeah.
Have you thought of using?
I'll be doing a lot more of that in the future.
Have you thought of using the sprayers, the spray to clone? There's these little domes to where it's basically hydroponics to clone. No. Have you ever heard of this? Okay.
No, I haven't.
So a lot of people just make them at home, but I don't know. I think AC Infinity might have one too. They're little cloning domes that keep the heat, and you just spray the water and the nutrients.
I have seen those. Yeah, they have like the little things in the top, and then you just it basically just keeps spraying the roots, right? Like certain time interval or something.
I don't know how that works, if it's constant or if it's in certain intervals.
I think it's a timed interval, because I see Rue was explaining it to me at one point, and I think with seedlings, when the roots aren't quite formed, it does it at like a timed thing, so that they have time to, they don't want to stay completely moist. But then when they get to a certain length, they get to where the water is, and then they want to stay in that water and whatnot. So I think it's a time thing, but I'm not sure. I mean, I literally only cloned 2, and I did it with the fucking the little plugs.
The plugs
in a dome.
So there's a tip also: while you're cloning, make sure to give it a little bit of feed. Okay. Light synthetic nutrients is what you should do. You could make a brew too if you got organics. I'm sure you can. I've never done it, but I just use synthetic nutrients.
I put the root wise, some of the coconut powder, and I think some of the aloe, and I mixed it into the water, and then just soaked the plugs in that.
The plugs in that. Yeah. That's what you do, man. That shit helps too.
5 days later, I already had little roots coming out.
Yep, it speeds it up. Also, and if you have some in there, sometimes clones will get deficiencies. It's fucking crazy, man. The clones that I had right now, they all started getting deficiencies.
Yeah.
And so I started giving it that nitrogen and the veg nutrient, popped right back.
Yeah, they're just hungry, man. They just want something to eat. That's all they want.
And they're really like, they really want to start fucking growing on you. That's why it's so crazy to me that people like kill plants. Well, no, I take that back. Because killing like plants dying on you is gonna happen. Some phenos are just not fucking strong enough. This plant doesn't fucking like your environment, and it's just gonna die. But for the most part, if you're doing everything right, it's hard as fuck to kill these plants, man. Like I've grabbed plants and just snapped them over at times.
Yeah, and then you're like, what the hell? It's coming back.
Oh yeah, it just grows a knuckle and it just comes right back. There was one time where I accidentally I was LSTing and I snapped it and it like literally snapped in the middle of the stem, right?
Yeah.
And I just kind of like taped it and I let it fucking go. No, I grabbed the yo-yo hanger and I just held it up, and that motherfucker grew like this to where there was a hole in the fucking middle.
Yeah,
and I was all looking through it and shit.
when I was doing the bong grow, unfortunately, I didn't get those all the way through harvest because I went to Colorado and I didn't have a way to water them, so they died while I was up there. But
if you had the blue bat system,
I know one of them was a James Loud, and I was doing that that pinching method.
The LSD.
I did it a little too hard, and I had the same thing happen, but it happened on one side and then on the other, so it had like 4 little things. So it had 2 holes, one going through this way, one going through that way. It was really cool.
Sick. So fucking cool. Amazing. Oh, I don't want to kill the mood, but you said that your brother is deaf, right?
He is.
That's one thing. And you've been sign languaging forever, or?
Well, I was little. I remember taking the class, and I think I was in the 3rd grade, 2nd grade, or 3rd grade, something like that. Okay. And I actually learned the alphabet. I learned the alphabet, and then they stopped the class, or my mom stopped taking me or something. So I learned the alphabet. I got really good at the alphabet, really fast with the alphabet, and just through speaking with my brother and my mom and watching them, I've learned words, like actual words, some of them. But for the most part, I just spell everything. But I've gotten really fast at it. So like spelling everything you would think would take a long time. But in deaf language, you leave out certain words like the. Yeah. Things like that they don't use because, in sign language, you just don't use those words. So
you ain't got time for that shit.
Slows it down. Then you're also like me being so fast. It would go pretty fast. And then my brother was really good at reading my sign. If I spoke to somebody else, they might have to tell me like, slow down, you're going a little too quick, but my brother was really good at watching me and knowing what I'm talking about. So I learned how to do sign language in jail, and it's not the sign language that it's a little it's the ghetto one, A's, B's, C's, D's, E. Yeah, the prison politic.
Prison politic one. So, and you'd be in a cell and there'd be a cross there and you'd be doing this and this for next word, right? So what, W-H-A-T, fucking whatever. What are you doing? But I understand that how you got to skip some words in this shit, man, because it's just not like, what I was going to say is you could read the people too. Like your brother knows you. So he's going to know most of the things like without you even signing it. He knows what you're talking about.
Yeah. A lot of them, if you watch deaf people conversate, they do a lot of facial expressions.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of reading the faces and reading body language. And then quite a lot of them can read lips. So sometimes if you're you could be talking to somebody and you have no idea that they're deaf because they're reading your lips the whole time. But if you like go to do something and then you're talking, and they'll be like, you got to move your hands. So I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of them, they read facial expression because it's like, and you'll see if you watch them talk, they get real animated with it. So like my brother will be saying something that's like exciting and he gets real, and it's just like, oh wow, they're really animated with it. But I think it's just because that's how they read each other. They go off each other's body language, I guess.
Yeah. And I can totally see that because like you're missing that sense. So all your other things have to be on point, your body language reading. Like I've always been really good at that anyways. I can tell if somebody's, angry or sad or whatever it is by the body language. I forgot where I was going with that.
But I'm good at that in another way. Whereas me and my wife say that we're emotional sponges. So if somebody comes over and they're all pissed off and angry.
Oh, you're an empath.
Energy, and then I'll be all fucking...
No, you're an empath. That's what that is.
Yes. Crimson was talking to me, and he said that. He was like, "Yeah, I found out that I'm an empath," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then he said it, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's me and my wife to a T, like 100%."
Me too, man. Exact same. Shit. I do too.
I get around somebody and they're all pissed off and angry. It ruins my whole day, and I'm like, I got to work on not letting that shit affect me, But for some reason in my head, I'm just like, oh fuck, I did something wrong. What did I do? It's all me. I did it. And it's like, no, they're just a fucking angry person.
Yeah. Or like it could just also be there having a shit day too. It happens, man. People have shit days, and so I try not to
earlier or something, and you're the first person they saw.
Yeah. So that's the luck of the draw. You just got unlucky to run into this motherfucker right now, which I think about all the time now because every once in a while I'm an asshole and I am that person. And so these people like that don't know me, they ran into me on an off day, and now their first impression is I'm a fucking asshole, right? Because it's so easy for somebody to look at me and think I'm angry, because I suffer from wrath, dude. I got resting asshole face, man. It's what it is. It's a fucking thing.
Dude. I got the same shit. My dad always asked me, like, "You mad?"
Yeah.
Fuck you mean am I mad? No, I'm not mad. You look mad. It's just my face, dude.
Yeah.
Mad, I guess. I don't know.
Especially when I'm in thought. If I'm thinking about something and I'm like, okay, but some people, man, they just like catch me on the wrong fucking day, dude. On the wrong day, I'll be an asshole. And
I'm guilty of it too, because sometimes he'll be all cranky and shit, and then I'm the one that goes in there and deals with him. So then I absorb all that, and I come out here, and then I start fucking getting all angry with the kids or with my wife, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm letting his shit get to me, and then I'm taking it out on them because I can't tell him, like, so shit that I'm working on that I gotta fucking figure out.
Hey man, we're all working on it. And another thing I wanted to bring up is your sobriety, brother. Congratulations on your fucking sobriety.
Over a year now,
this is one thing though that you're just starting to understand is there's triggers, and those triggers led up to your anger. Which for me, I drank a lot because I was angry. I was fucking angry at the world. I was angry at everything, and I didn't realize that I wasn't working through it. And so now I'm starting to see the triggers and the things that you got to do to work through it. Like you said, right? You're coming out, you're seeing that you were passing on this anger from that. So now the way I think about it is you're actually seeing the pattern. So now that gives you an opportunity to break the pattern.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm working on now is not doing that shit.
Yeah, man. And,
leave that in there.
I'll tell you this much: everybody who is around you loves that you're not drinking. Mostly, if you're anything like me, like loves that you're not drinking, so they don't give a fuck. Like, like they're like let you be an asshole for one day because you're not. At least he's not drinking, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way I fucking think. Because I was an asshole at the end of it. At the end of drinking, I was fucking sick, dude, and I could totally understand why nobody wanted to be around me and fucking, only certain people would kick it and shit was because fucking I wasn't an asshole to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on your fucking sobriety, brother.
Yeah, man. Just over a year now. It fucking feels good. Did you see that?
Good,
I posted a while back of me
the picture?
Right before I fucking I didn't even recognize my own face. I'm like, my son showed me that picture. It was on his phone. And he was like, "Daddy, look." I'm like, who the hell is that standing with me? Holy shit, that doesn't look like me at all. It's crazy.
I know how it feels, man. I got that same shit. I was fucking swelled up like that too. And I look at those pictures and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I know.
It's you. That's not me. Like, no, that's you. And one thing that I have, I have trouble with is I think of it as a past life, like really, because I'm not like that anymore. That part of my life, like when you get to the point to where you're done with alcohol, you are fucking done, and you turn into somebody completely different. And so I don't feel like I did a lot of stupid shit. But for some reason, because of the coma and all the shit that I went through, like dying and all that shit, I felt like I got to reset. Like, I'm not that fucking person. Whoever that person was, that person's dead. But my wife's like, no, you can't do that because that was you. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I'm running from it. If I'm not I got to take accountability for the shit that I fucking did. I did do that. I was an asshole. I fucking used to do this. I used to yell at people, fucking do all this shit. But now I got to just sit there and be like, okay, I did do that, but I'm never going to do that again. Right?
Yeah. You got to try and catch yourself if you see.
Catch yourself. Yeah. And it happens every once in a while too. Is sneak his little fucking ugly head out.
Like, yeah, I hear you. What do they say in cancer when it's not, it's in remission?
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fuck, it can come back at any time, but right now he's in remission.
So Temu, I saw that you were something about your post that Temu was getting into packaging.
Yeah, I just found it funny because Temu had this post and it was a bunch of fucking cannabis packaging. I was like, holy shit, Temu's trying to sell us cannabis packaging now.
So sick.
What don't they have?
I know, right? Fucking A, man. They got a lot of fucking things.
That's insane.
All right, brother. Well, we are almost done. We got about 20 minutes. We got a couple minutes left. Is there any tips or anything that you wanted to give a shout out to the new growers? Did you want to tell them how to get into the game?
If you have questions, reach out. If I don't know the answer, we can find someone that does. Follow me and share people's posts. If you see a post you like, share it. If it's shareable, obviously, so other people can see it. Because Instagram, the way it works, I'm speaking for Instagram, obviously, but the way they work is they don't show our shit to anybody. Except for people that already follow you and like your shit. So you got to share that to your story so everybody else can see it. And then they might get a new follower, We got to work with everybody, work with each other. So
we do. And that's one thing that I noticed that you were very good at, man. You were sitting there supporting. Support is what it really is.
Yeah.
And just doing it, sharing, tagging, all that shit, man. It helps so much. So make sure to work with the algorithm, everybody.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we have to, but we have to. So
gotta do what we gotta do, right?
That's my little way of trying to work it. I just share everybody's shit, and then hopefully more eyes and the more followers you get, the more eyes on it. So
yeah, I do that too. Now I just go through and I'm just liking everybody's shit, man.
Yeah,
like it, comment.
You know what I found when I first started doing that? Because when I first started doing that, I only had like a few hundred followers. So I found that when you do that, like people they appreciate it, and then they'll share it back, because you know how it'll say share to your story. They'll share it back to their story, and then other people have eyes on you, and then you get followers too. So it kind of works both ways.
Yeah, it works for everybody, man. It's the best thing to do. Go support. All right, brother. That's the end of the show. I want to say thank you so much for fucking coming on, man. I'm definitely gonna have you on again.
Yeah, my pleasure, dude. And we got to get you in the Seed to Harvest podcast too. So
yeah, I've been waiting
on there. So
I'm over here like, when's this fool gonna give me the invite? What the fuck?
Yeah, let's get you on there.
Am I not part of the cool kids? Damn. But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on. I'm definitely gonna have you on again. Did you want to tag? Where can everybody find you?
El Cannassure, EL_Cannassure, CANNASSUR on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. I don't really use Facebook. You can go and check it out. We do have a Facebook group for our channel that I pop on every now and then and post something. But I mostly use Facebook just to share all the content, content creators videos on my Facebook. I'm sure my immediate personal family loves it, and my friends. Who gives a shit? You don't like it, unfollow me.
Yeah, man, you can mute me anytime.
That's it. Just mute my ass. I don't give a fuck. I have a platform where I can dump these videos and show some support, so that's what I'm doing.
Fucking A, brother. So cool. All right, Pimp. Thank you so much for coming on, man. We'll definitely have you on for part 2. And everybody out there, thanks for watching CannaConvos. Make sure to go follow El Cannassure on all the platforms. You already know. Go show him some love the way he shows us love. All right? Everybody have a good day. We'll talk to you next time. Later.